So when I'm feeling achy or if I'm feeling like pain's coming on, I will take advantage of my crystals and my gems. This is my newest addition. I'm so grateful to receive this onyx Mayan pyramid I got from my mom. She recently went to Mexico and brought this back for me and a couple of other things. And I've already been working with it for the past few days, and it is so powerful. It's friggin' ridiculous how powerful crystals are when you know how to work with them. All right, so the darker the color, the more frequencies are there, right? When you look at black is essentially all the colors put together. But when you look at black, when you look at dark frequencies or dark color, then it's able to absorb more frequency. It's almost as if you look at a black hole, and when you look at a black hole, it's not just nothing, right? A black hole is an accumulation of light collapsing in on itself and it pulls in more things. That's why when they say, you know, if there's a wormhole or a black hole, we're doomed, it's gonna suck us all in, and what have you. All these ways of explaining things that can scare people, but this is why people are scared of dark things, or black, or the darkness, or these are considered the ugly stones, and then the pink rose quartz and the amethyst, and it's all lovely, but everything is needed, light and dark. So when you're talking about, let's say, using crystals and gems for pain, you will probably want to go with a darker stone, whether it's tourmaline like this, very, very powerful stone for protection, for grounding, for absorbing negative energy. I have an onyx stone here. Onyx is great for those similar things as well. It's great for the bones, blood flow. And then I have a bloodstone that helps with my blood flow, circulation, things like that. Also, you want to get acquainted with the stone. So when I first used this, when I first received this, I held it and I automatically felt the energies. And before I felt anything, I felt very grounded and I felt very relaxed. So before you even have any type of intention before working with the stone, you just want to get to know the stone, like literally, right? Kind of like shaking someone's hand and just understand its properties. Of course, you can Google it and see what it's all about. When you get to know the crystal, the gem, feel out the energies, be like, okay, I understand the frequency, you know? It's kind of like when you're switching the channel of a radio and you're like, this is my song, you know? So that's why even when you go to the metaphysical shop, you kind of just look around, you scope around, you see what you gravitate towards. So now let's say if I have a headache, right? I will probably, before I had this, I would use my black tourmaline stones, as well as some selenite. I don't think I have selenite on me right now. So it's like, it's kind of opaque, but it's white. It's like clear and white. So yeah, you can use black tourmaline and a clear quartz or a selenite, which is also good for clearing. And combine these two. Why? Before you get into using them, because as we know it, black tourmaline specifically, or darker stones, absorb, so that it pulls in frequencies, right? Especially negative ones, which are, when I say negative, I don't mean negative in energy, I mean like just shitty. So it pulls in the positive and releases the negative ions. So when you're using this now, let's say if I have a headache, I will, after getting to know the stone, this is after you get it and you already know what it is and stuff, right? I would put the stone where my headache is, and I would let the pressure of my headache pull towards the stone. And then what I would do is I would communicate with the stone. You don't really have to talk, right? This is all telepathy because this is frequency. But if you want, you can. But you then now feel the stone pulling the pressure from your head or wherever the pressure is, because that's what pain is. Pain is a type of pressure. So you're going to want to pull the pain and pull it into the stone. Now, you obviously have to use a bit of your imagination, but when it comes to imagination, you don't necessarily have to visualize to imagine. I know that sounds weird. But you gotta realize that imagination is all about feeling. So you can imagine what the wave of your pain is in your head going into the stone, or you can feel the pain in your head going into the stone. Take my onyx, because I know onyx is good for blood flow and bone health. I can take it wherever I need to. Let's say it's my back for today, right? I can place them on different parts of my back or different parts of wherever is hurting and make this now be a focal point on wherever it is on my body. And again, bring the pain into the stone. For this example, it's the onyx stone. So it's kind of like, let's say, again, the pain's here, but now you don't want it to be there. So you're pulling the pressure and the frequency of that force into the stone. Now, this is mainly for darker stones. Obviously, you can use it for other things. You can just bring a stone for protection too, right? It's not, but this is more about working with stones with the body. So when it comes to these black stones, again, you can use these stones for headaches. Remember that. If you have organite too, organite isn't necessarily black or anything, but you can use organite for pain as well. They have organite wands. They have organite wands for the back where you can scratch your back. And those are like very ionized. Certain blocks. You can also use black stones for blockages because it's absorbing things. It's pulling things that don't need to be there, right? So if you have a block, or if something's in your tummy, or wherever you're feeling, right, you can use it for what they meant for. Like, Earth is not just making things to make them, right? So when we realize the power of these things, and we don't take them for granted, and we don't just say, some people really just think these are rocks. Religious people don't really play with these, work with these, because they understand that it is using something outside of yourself. But unfortunately, they're not understanding that even though this is outside of us, it's still a part of us. We're connected to stuff like these. So it's not demonic. It's just sometimes things can seem very powerful, and that's why it looks evil, right? If something has too much power, someone or something isn't going to want that someone or someone to know about it, because then they'll know about the power. Like, it's like the Philosopher's Stone. Voldemort didn't want Harry Potter to get the Philosopher's Stone because he's already powerful without it. If he gets the stone, like, there's no beating him now. So you just got to realize this and realize that these things are your friends.